Good morning all, Suburban Sentinel here, coming to you once again from deep inside the Arabian Peninsula. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been making videos about economic risks in the United States and elsewhere in the world. Part and parcel of those risks are the government's extraction of more of your money and other property from you and me, the ordinary citizens. One aspect of this, what I would call a transfer of wealth, is illegitimate transfers of wealth. In other words, the government wrongfully taking your money or other property. And one way that's become very popular at both the federal and state levels is civil asset forfeiture. Now that is a big old mouthful of legal mumbo jumbo. So what is this civil asset forfeiture stuff? Well, in essence, it is a complex web of both federal and state laws that allow either the federal, state, and in some cases even local governments to seize one's property. The most significant and disturbing aspect of civil asset forfeiture law is that there is no due process required. A civil asset forfeiture requires no warrant, no hearing. It simply requires that the government officials suspect that your property is being used in the commission of a felony. These civil asset forfeiture laws were originally designed to combat organized crime. The theory was that if we as the public could deprive organized criminal syndicates of money and other resources, we could tip the balance of power in favor of the authorities and help control these criminal syndicates that were running drugs, etc. Now, in many cases, these statutes worked as intended, but somewhere along the way, the law evolved, or more precisely devolved, as a vehicle by which government entities could seize honest people's property and keep that property for its own benefit. So how does this crazy civil asset forfeiture stuff work? Well, it varies by jurisdiction, but in general it goes something like this. A government agency, whether it's a police department, the FBI, the IRS, or any number of alphabet agencies, suspects, and then the key word is suspects, that a piece of property that you own is being used in the commission of a felony. That gives the government the right to seize that piece of property. Again, no warrant, no hearing. Now they have control of the property. Now if you want to get your property back, you have to file a petition or an application with the appropriate government authority. And guess who the burden of proof is upon? It is upon you, the owner, to show that you were legitimately using that property for non-criminal activity. And the types of property that can be seized are virtually unlimited. It can be cash money, money in bank accounts, motor vehicles, all your cars, boats, and aircraft. In addition, they can seize real property. Now you may say, wait a second, that sounds illegal. Under the applicable sections of the U.S. Constitution, namely the 4th and 5th Amendments, and under your individual state constitutions, we generally get a hearing before being deprived of life, liberty, or property. So that sounds illegal. And I would have to agree with you. For many years now, various government agencies have been using the civil asset forfeiture laws in order to deprive honest citizens of their money and other property. Now, you may ask, why would any government agency want to do this? They're supposed to enforce the laws and protect the honest people. Well, the short answer is the money. It always comes down to the money. In most jurisdictions, the enforcing agency, that is the agency enforcing the civil asset forfeiture laws, gets to keep a portion of the value of the property seized. In some, civil asset forfeiture has become policing for profit. Civil asset forfeitures have become very lucrative for various federal and state agencies. Many people are not wealthy enough or sophisticated enough to try and get their property back. The amount it might cost to get a lawyer to handle the case may be well in excess of the value of the property seized. So in general, what happens is that ordinary people, people of modest means, get screwed because they can't afford to fight it. The picture is not completely bleak. There are many efforts to reform civil asset forfeiture laws at both the federal and state levels. In point of fact, Rand Paul is spearheading an effort trying to reform civil asset forfeiture at the federal level, and I believe in his state as well. But for the moment, civil asset forfeiture is with us. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about what we can do as private individuals to prevent having our property seized under civil asset forfeiture laws, or if it is seized, what we can do to either mitigate or alleviate the damage caused. But this video has gone on entirely too long, and I'll have to pick this up in the next episode. So, thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions, enlightening comments, and contrary opinions are always welcome. Be safe, everybody.